evening, and thank you for joining us for this edition of the Greater Reading Young Professionals Emerge. The Greater Reading Young Professionals was created in order to attract, engage, and retain young professionals to the Greater Reading area. We have monthly networking events, our Third Thursday events, as well as other bonus events throughout the month, so we invite you to come out and join us for one of those. In a little bit, we will have Mark Moan on to discuss Act 47 and its effects on the city. But up first, we have Leslie Simone to introduce our next guest.
Hello, my name is Leslie Simone, and I'm here with Amanda Dietrich, co-chair of the Greater Reading Young Professionals Signature Charity Event. Now, many of us know about the GG event, and it's near and dear to our hearts, but there are a few of you who don't. So, Amanda, could you share a little bit about it?
Well, Leslie, as you know, being so tied to this event, this is our biggest event of the year, and we are thrilled to bring it back for its third year, and it's GG10. It is the social event of the season. So we are thrilled to invite the community in and invite them to come out for a night of entertainment, just a social experience, networking, getting back to being what is great in Reading. And we are excited that it's going to be March 6th, 2010. And every year it is our mission to select a site that is perfect to go in, find raw space, and create a really great atmosphere. We build it from the ground up with a lot of help, with a lot of volunteers, who are GRIP members. We also have other organizations that help us out. We have sponsors who make it possible for us to host this event, also restaurants, bars, and entertainment. And it's really a great community effort.
And what is the charity you're supporting this year?
This year we're very excited. We are going to be raising funds for Opportunity House and for their Learning and Technology Center. Okay. And we are thrilled to be a part of the campaign funds for Opportunity House.
And what does that mean exactly, their technology center? What does that look like?
Their technology center, they are building this, and what GRIP hopes to do is give opportunities to our future leaders. And we are thrilled that these dollars are going, whether it's computer stations or it's classrooms, but we are thrilled to give these dollars to them, in order for, other less fortunate at this point, to give them the education and bring them along and have the technologies that we are afforded at this point.
Sure, so really anyone could go to Opportunity House if they wanted to?
Anyone can go to Opportunity House, but it is actually for individuals who need child care. They provide child care while the mothers are working or the fathers are working, and it just gives them an opportunity to learn and to grow as young adults.
Great. Well, we're really excited about this year's event, and if you're interested, definitely go to our website, greaterreadingyp.org, and you can learn more about the event. Thanks so much for coming, Amanda.
Thanks for having us, and we look forward to seeing everybody at GG.
Thank you, Leslie. As I said, we are going to have Mark on to discuss Act 47. Mark Moan is the chair of our Legislative Impact Committee with GRIP. So I want to welcome him to the show. Thank you for joining us, Mark.
Thank you for having me.
He's also going to be taking some of your questions on Act 47, so be sure to call in to 610-378-0426 with your questions, and he'll be glad to answer them for you. So let's get right into it. What is the Legislative Impact Committee?
About a year ago, a number of us from GRIP had decided that we needed to have a voice on the political level locally to really let people know that as young professionals, we are concerned with what's going on the local level. So what we're doing is working in conjunction with GRIP's mission to attract, engage, and retain young professionals. We also want to work towards economic growth, leadership development, improving the lifestyle in the area, as well as making sure that our education standards are held to a higher level. Through that, the Legislative Impact Committee, or LIC, is working as a conduit with a number of different local businesses, the local elected officials, organizations, to try to facilitate that process a little better so that we're not 73 different organizations working at cross purposes here.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. Now, tell us a little bit about Act 47, because I'm sure a lot of people have questions. If they're anything like me, I don't know a whole lot about it, so please, if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about it.
Sure. Let me preface this. By no means am I an expert at this, and I don't really know that there's a whole lot of people locally that really are. My understanding of it is 22 years ago, the state created passed Act 47, which is Financially Distressed Municipalities Act. And it's designed to allow municipalities that are going through difficult financial times to ask for some assistance from the state level. And really, fundamentally, how it's going to apply to Reading is there's going to be a state coordinator consultant that's going to be assigned by the Secretary of the Department of Community and Economic Development to create a plan. We've got about another 2 weeks or so to assign this person or this group that's going to come up with a plan over the next 6 months. And then that plan will be presented to the city, and the city and council will need to either work with that plan, adapt that plan, or come up with one of their own that the state can agree to. And then it's an economic plan moving forward so that the entire city has a direction moving forward.
Sounds like a great plan, but I'm sure some people have some concerns. Can you talk a little bit about what some of the concerns might be, and then also what the advantages to being a part of Act 47 would be for the city?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is a lot of people are concerned that this is a Band-Aid that's covering up a deep tissue wound. And frankly, they are right. Secretary Cornelius from the DCED himself is not a fan of Act 47, and he's the one that has to implement it. But what it does is it takes the issue and makes us cognizant of it. Nobody can hide the fact that there's been financial issues in the city of Reading for the past several decades. It's not a current administration issue. It's not their predecessors. It's been a long-standing issue in this city, and it's statewide. There are numbers of municipalities that are going through this or will be going through this. So what it does allow from a positive end of this is it brings it out into the light. Everybody's got to see that there's an issue, and we're going to be working with a state coordinator, a state-appointed coordinator or consultant to work towards a plan of getting out of it. There's a great deal of labor issues. A lot of people are concerned about breaking up unions or layoffs, and a lot of things could happen. There could be increased taxes that could come as a result of this. So what my motivation here and what the LIC's motivation is to continue to work with the administration moving forward to provide a vocal conduit to say, look, we're here to help you in any way that we can. If we can join a committee or council or anything like that, we'd be happy to help you out.
Okay, sounds good. Now, do we have any callers at this time? Are you taking any calls? Okay. Well, it's great that we have the legislative impact to discuss some of these issues. Now, you guys are having an event on December 8th. Mm-hmm. Mind talking about that a little
bit? Actually, the event was created by the great folks over at Leadership Arcs and Alvernia University, and it's December 8th from 5:30 to 7:30. It's going to be taking place at Alvernia University at their Bernardine Franciscan Conference Center. And the event is just basically a discussion of Act 47 in greater detail than I can ever give you in a few minutes here. So it is open for invitation. You do have to RSVP to it. So what I would recommend people do is when they're checking out all the great GG information on the Greater Reading Young Professional site, they go into the community events section on the website. There's a card or a slide just like this one here that will give all the information and let them know who they need to RSVP to.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sure people will turn out to come to the event and learn more about Act 47.
Get out there and RSVP. We want to make it a great event.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
And now, with the holidays coming up, we have Chris Cake on from Core Fitness to show some ways that you can stay fit over this holiday season.
In keeping with our holiday segment to de-stress for the holidays, we're here at Core Fitness on North Park Road in Wyomissing with founder Chris Cage to discuss how to stay fit and healthy even with your busy schedule over the holidays. Chris is going to walk us through a number of exercises that we can do in the gym that are super fun, and then also if you don't have time to get to the gym one day, things you can even do in your business suit if you need to. So, Chris, take it away.
All right. Well, we usually start off with just doing some warm-up stuff, so just kind of get your body moving. If you only have about 10, 15 minutes to do something, you want to first of all start off with some jumping jacks. So we're going to start with squats. Immediately following the squats, after 20 seconds, you're going to go right into your scissor lunges.
Great.
And then the last one, we can jog over to the side and we can do our plank walks. Okay, here we go. 20 seconds. Ready? Go. And you can use anything in your house. You can get, if you have a chair, just something that's going to get your butt down low to make sure that you're not going to be cheating your form. Okay, you have 10 seconds. And when you squat down, drive those arms up so you're looking up at your hands, keeping your back straight, keeping perfect form. 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds of rest. In that 10 seconds of rest, kind of shake it out. Keep things moving. Okay, the next one we're going to do is going to be the scissor lunges. So get in that lunge position.
Okay.
In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, the scissor lunge, you're going to get in the lunge position, jump up, switch to the other side. It's going to work that side-to-side stability. Try to get that back knee down to the ground. So your back knee should almost skim the ground. That's it in 5 seconds. Good job. 10 seconds off. You're going to run over to the side. Okay, we're going to do our plank walks, down and up. Okay, so you're going to get in a push position, walk up and down off your hands. Every time you come up, your hands are going to be directly underneath your shoulders. You're going to keep that body straight, so it's working your core, keeping everything tight. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job.
So Chris is going to walk us through 3 more exercises that you can do pretty much anytime, anywhere. Chris?
Okay, we could go ahead and start with some dips. If you could just grab a chair or a box or something in your office or wherever you're at. And for your dips, you're going to put your fingertips facing forward.
Okay.
So keeping those arms right next to your side. And when you come down, you want to bring your butt straight down to the ground so it keeps your body straight.
Okay.
And you can do it 2 ways. If you want to make it easier, you can have your legs just like she has right here. Or if you want to make it harder, you put your feet straight out to the front. Okay. And all you're going to do is
I want a challenge.
just like that. And you can throw another variation in it too. You can take 1 foot off the ground to make it even harder. Just like that.
And the other side.
Good job. Okay, you can jump up.
Okay.
Okay, we can do the next one. You can do some bends and thrusts. And the bends and thrusts we can do, if you're in an office, you can do on the ground, but it may be a little too constricted with your clothes. So you can use the same thing. Use a box. Use your desk. So when you do the bends and thrusts, you're going to come down, you're going to touch the box or whatever you have to put your hands on.
Okay.
Thrust your legs out, bring your legs back in, and stand up. Okay, we'll do that next one. Go. Squat down, thrust out, back in, stand up. Okay, and everything you want to concentrate on is maintaining your form, keeping your core tight, keeping the natural curve in your back, keeping everything straight up and down so you don't strain any muscles.
So thanks, Chris, for having us today.
Okay.
One of the things Chris really stresses with everyone he works with is not making any excuses. So thanks so much for watching.
Thank you, Chris, for inviting us to Core Fitness for those excellent tips on ways we can keep fit during the holiday season. And now, again, I have Leslie Simone with me. Most of you may not know, but Leslie actually is a business coach, and part of her job involves dealing with the environment in a business and helping to reduce stress levels and make it a cohesive environment. So I invited Leslie on to discuss ways that we can de-stress at work, especially during the holiday season when everyone is just so busy. So, Leslie, can you please tell us some ways that you can do that?
Absolutely.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining.
So, believe it or not, one of the most detrimental behaviors in a work environment is office gossip.
Right.
Now, when you hear office gossip, you might think, oh, did you see her skirt? Or the chatter around the water cooler. But that's not really the gossip we're talking about tonight. That's one form. But what we're talking about is the gossip that occurs when an individual has an interaction with another individual, and what happens is something gets stepped over, or someone gets hurt or offended, but doesn't go to that person directly and talk to them. So what they do instead is they go back and they tell their friend, and then they tell another friend. And then what happens is factions form, right? I get someone, like I would get Charmaine, enrolled in whatever story I had about another person. But none of those people have any ability to do anything about it. So what happens is there are silos in the workplace, but everyone's pretending, yay, we're a team, which is so not true. So we recommend to speak directly to that individual. And even if it seems like a small thing, over time, this is how real divisive relationships form. So you might say, oh my gosh, well, with all the politics in the office, how do I actually have that hard conversation? So the second piece of what we teach is how to really have a difficult conversation. Now, you might think, well, if I go speak up and tell that person, they might just say, oh, no, everything's fine. But what happens is, even if you go and address somebody and they say, they might say, oh my gosh, I had no idea, I'm sorry. They might say, oh, okay, no, it's fine, and really not want to deal with it. But they'll still walk away knowing that you're someone that's committed to the truth. And then they'll think about it next time before they go to their friend. And you'll start to produce an environment where people really do speak directly and there is real team. So I have lots more to talk about, but we would love to get to our next segment as well, because there's a lot of exciting content you have, I heard.
We'd love to have you on again to discuss some other ways, into some other issues that affect office environments. Yep. And ways that we can deal with them. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And now I'm going to let you introduce our next guest.
One of my favorite topics, food. So I'm sure a lot of you are still reeling on the heels of Thanksgiving, and some of us may be feeling a little guilty for what we ate over the holidays. Well, we have another shot. We have a next round of holidays. So Rick is here from Good Eats Bakery and Cafe to talk to us about the fact that, A, we can stay healthy at the holidays, and B, it doesn't have to take a long time to prepare those meals, because we might say, oh, but, it's all the running and parties and busy, I just don't have time to create healthy food. But he's going to show you why it really is pretty easy to do. Rick, thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me. Yes, with the holidays, being right around the corner again, yes, it's a good time, and everybody's so busy that basically it's not that hard to eat healthy and to do it quickly. This is a salad that we do at the Good Eats Green Cafe. It's our harvest salad, and it's very healthy. We start out with some butternut squash and then asparagus, and then we top it with some organic spring mix. We're about 85% organic at the cafe, and we're all hormone-free chicken and beef and cage-free eggs and such. So it's a great little environment. It's healthy and
I've been there and it's yummy too.
Okay, well thank you. And but the great thing is most of the stuff you can do ahead of time, where it doesn't take too long to do actually. And as it turns out, it can be quick. And we have a regular salad here, and then we top this with some dried cranberries for a little bit of vitamin A and C.
And a little holiday flair, too.
Oh, absolutely. And then also, if you'd like, we actually have some spiced nuts that we put on here as well. But when it comes to quickness and stuff like that, this everything you can have is pretty much sitting right in your cupboard or in your refrigerator. Mm-hmm. And then what we do at the cafe is oftentimes people want to top it with a little bit of protein. Mm-hmm. So one of those things where we have all wild caught fish. We marinate our own in-house tofu and such. So it's easy to do, and as you can see, we have grill marks on all these. We do on our grill, but you can take and do it in a saute pan. You fire up the grill just for a little bit, or even one of those little stovetop grill pans. And
or a little grilling Cuisinart.
Sure, absolutely. There's the infamous George Foreman.
Yes.
That works as well. So, but when you end up with a great looking salad like this, and then you can top it up. We just actually got some fresh mako shark and some wild caught mako shark.
Yum.
So we can put that and lay that across there, and then that gives you your greens. That's a complete meal right there.
Great. Wonderful.
So.
Well, again, thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate that, and I'm sure you'll see a lot of us at the cafe in West Reading.
Oh, absolutely. And also we do specialize in specialty diets as well. So we're gluten free.
Okay.
We can do gluten free, dairy free. We do a lot of vegetarian and vegan. Within the last few months, healthy eating in Berks County has actually kind of come into its own.
It really has.
Yeah,
and great desserts. I've had those too.
Great. Well,
great Rick Allenbach. Great food from Good Eats Bakery and Cafe. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
And now for Charmaine to chat with Steve to talk about some of the things that folks around the community are doing over the holiday season to help out.
Thanks, Leslie. As you just saw, Leslie was just on to discuss food for the holidays. Now, the holidays is normally a time of cheer, but for many people, it is a time of despair. So we just wanted to highlight some of the different organizations in the community to discuss some of the ways that they're giving back to the community during this season. I had the opportunity to go to the Kennedy House on Thanksgiving, which is actually supported by St. Peter's, and at that time they had their Thanksgiving meal there, it was a great time. People came out who were less fortunate and were able to have a decent meal on Thanksgiving. So I just want to say thank you to them, especially Sister Ursula and Sister Angelina, for all the many things that they do with the Kennedy House and for St. Peter's. So thank you so much, ladies. And now with me I have Steve Marzocchi, who is the owner of Queen City Diner, and he, like many others, is doing something great during this holiday season. He's having an event on December 8th. So Steve, would you mind just telling us a little bit about your event?
Thank you very much for having me. And on December 8th, I'm going to close Queen City Family Restaurant and Lancaster Avenue in Reading from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to feed 1,000 less fortunate people from people in Berks County. And that's going to be by invitation, and these people are going to be hauled by buses provided by BCIU, coming to the restaurant and taken back after they finish. So they're going to have a nice meal, consists of turkey and ham and all the trimmings with pumpkin pie and drink, and they're going to be happy with it.
And now, can you tell us a little bit what made you decide to do this event? Because this is actually the first year that it's going to happen, and also some of the other people that are involved as well.
Yes, like you said, Charmaine, this is the first year it's happening, and the idea came out with this difficult time, everybody going through, not just an individual level, but even on the government level. So I thought to try to do something to help these people who most of the time we forget about them. Usually a restaurant gives coupons, gives discounts, but these coupons and discounts still go to people who can afford it. But that's why I thought about the people who cannot afford pay for a meal, to invite them. And I have a lot of volunteers involved in this, and we have a public relation company who organizes the whole thing, and we have all the shelters around Reading area, Salvation Army, Red Cross, and like I said, the BCIU, Berks Intermediate Unit, providing us with buses, and we have companies who providing us with food. Everybody is really jumping into this event, and they think that it's a great thing to do.
Yes, it is a great thing to do indeed. So thank you so much for joining us and for telling us about your event. And it's certainly going to, brighten many people's holiday season. So we appreciate everything you're doing in the community, and I just wanted to acknowledge you for your good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that about does it for us. I just want to remind you of our next event. It is actually our Jingle Jingle Mix and Mingle. It will be held on December 12th at the Old Day Lincoln, which is now the Wyndham, and that starts at 5:30. So for more information about the organization or about this particular event or any event that we have upcoming, please be sure to check out our website at www.greaterreadingyp.org. So that's it for us tonight. Have a good evening, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
That's the way it seems.